Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to today's episode of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel and checking out today's video. Got a little different video, guys, today, actually based upon a comment I got from one of my subscribers. We're going to be talking about Bassmaster and MLF, allowing live bait in tournaments, live scope, sort of the correlation between all that, and gonna be a good little discussion here, so appreciate y'all joining us. Also, guys, today I also wanted to remind you that Tackle Warehouse has got a bunch of cool sales going on right now for spring fishing. They got their fantasy fishing deal going on. I will put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video and link those things there if you guys are needing to stock up for spring and want to get involved with some of those programs. And using that link is a great way to support the channel, so much appreciated there. Okay, guys, the message I got from one of my subscribers, I think he's from Virginia, and I've actually got this same type of message probably 5 or 6 times before. It was one of my subscribers was talking about live scope to his 8 or 10-year-old son. I can't remember what the deal was. And he was explaining to his son what live scope was, about how it's this sort of like a computer game that shoots a signal out all around the boat, and that you can see fish all around the boat. You can see them swimming, you can watch them react to your lure, and you can catch them from seeing them on this video game. And his son goes, and he didn't really know much about fishing. He goes, well, that sounds like cheating to me, which he's exactly right on, because I've heard this comment several times about when you explain what live scope is to somebody that doesn't fish, they all say the same thing. Well, that's not fair. That sounds like cheating. So sometimes, the brilliant observations come from kids. We all know that. But anyway, what I want to do with that, I want to tie that in to when you're talking about things that are unfair or cheating. I want to tie this into a theoretical scenario using live bait. Now, here's the question I want to pose to you guys out there, and this is the sort of the point of the video, is I want to get your guys' opinion on it. If we allow, and of course, these forward-facing sonar discussions are going to continue, because like the first 2 major tournaments this year, Okeechobee and Toledo Bend were won with live scope like I predicted, and everyone this year will be. Okay, if we're going down this road and we're talking about fair chase and creating equal playing fields, sportsmanlike behavior in tournaments, here's what I want to pose to you guys. If somebody like that 10-year-old kid has the unbiased, he has no skin in the game, he's got an unbiased opinion that live scope is cheating because it's an unfair advantage, why will MLF and Bassmaster not allow live bait to be used in tournaments? And I want to talk about this a little bit. First of all, let me give you an example of sort of how our fisheries have been degraded over the past 40 years. Down here at Table Rock Lake, guys, there's a Bass Pro has a lodge called Big Cedar Lodge down there, and I don't know how many. I think they got over 1,000 guide trips a year that go out of there. Plus, on top of that, Table Rock has a ton of other guides that go out there. Guys, the vast majority, and I'm not labeling any one particular one, the vast majority of the full-time guides at Table Rock use live bait to take their customers out bass fishing, because fishing has gotten so tough at Table Rock Lake, you simply can't catch them on artificial lures like you used to. So a lot of these guides out there, what they do is they take them out and they either let them catch bass with live night crawlers or minnows or crawdads, and that's how they sustain the business, because they can catch fish with live bait and they can't catch them with artificial bait because of the pressure Table Rock Lake has. Now, here's the question I want to pose to you guys out there, specifically those guys that are live scopers. If it's legal for me to go down and spend, if I want to spend $50,000 with putting 6 units on my boat and 5 live scope transducers and all the bells and whistles that go with it, if it's legal for me to do that and then take that equipment to the lake and to be able to spotlight the fish all around the boat, and it is spotlighting, guys. I don't care. You can whitewash it how you want. You can try to put lipstick on a pig, but live scope is spotlighting for bass, no different than deer. And you can talk about the subtle differences, but that's what it is. If that is legal, why is it not legal for somebody that doesn't have any money or is on a very limited budget and wants to fish tournaments? Why can they not go down to the store or go down to the creek and get them a bunch of crawdads or night crawlers and use them in tournaments. So you tell me this now, which is more of a fair chase here in this big picture? We'll put two different scenarios here. One dude out there, say he's loaded. He's got six electronic units on his boat. He's got 5 live scope transducers. He goes out in the middle of the lake. He scopes all these fish and catches, 30 or 40 bass in the day with this technology that he would not, 100% sure he would not caught any of those bass. He would caught 0 bass without that technology. What's the difference between that and then some guy going down to the creek, getting him a bunch of soft shell crawdads, taking that crawdad and pitching it next to a lay down tree out there, or pitching a live night crawler down the side of a bridge pier and catches limit with crawdads and live night crawlers? If you're going to take the fair chase out of fishing and you're going to try to set some type of bar as far as for what sportsmanlike conduct and what is traditional, bass fishing in those terms, somebody explain me the difference between that. If one person out there, let's say one dude out there comes from a rich family and he can afford to outfit his boat, with the latest and best, and he goes out in your local BFL tournaments and he's a hammer using live scope, then why can't some dude that comes from a less fortunate upbringing, that struggles to put food on his table and wants to fish tournaments, and he can afford is a little 16-foot flat bottom with a 50 horse on it, why can't he go down to the creek and get him some soft shell crawdads so he can fish in that laydown or fish around that boat dock or something in the tournament? Let me know the difference. You guys tell me why one is legal and one is not legal. To me, it's a huge example of hypocrisy exhibited by MLF and Bassmaster, that they will allow that financial disparity and give the advantage to people that can afford that technology, yet take away the advantage of people out there that struggle, that could be using crawdads and night crawlers to compete in tournaments. That's the point of the video, guys, today. I want your guys' feedback on this. Let's get a discussion going on this. Let's see how both sides justify it, and let's see how we can cut through the hypocrisy on this whole forward-facing sonar, quagmire we find ourselves in. So anyway, hope you guys are well. We'll talk later. See you.